partial wall, and by a partial wall I mean like 20% or 25% of their border at least has, or some of these are 100% a border. Obviously, the Vatican you could consider technically a country, and it obviously has 100% of a border wall. So I'm going to rattle these off real quick because I feel like they're a little bit more than I expected. So in Africa, you got Botswana, Ceuta, Melilla, Morocco, South Africa. In America, you got Ecuador, who has a pretty big fence. America, ourselves, we already have 20% of our border has a wall on it. That kind of shocked me. Like, we have fences throughout, a fifth of it's already there. In Asia, I mean, they're all over. Afghanistan, Brunei, Malaysia. China has the Hong Kong and Macau, and mainland China with North Korea. Egypt, India, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Iran, Pakistan, Israel, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, South Korea, Kuwait, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Turkey, the United Arab States, Uzbekistan, Austria, Belarus. We're getting in Europe. Uzbekistan, Austria, Belarus, Poland, Slovenia, Bulgaria, Estonia, France, Greece, Turkey, Hungary, Serbia, Croatia, Latvia, Lithuania, Macedonia, Ireland with Northern Ireland. You Irish people can't even get along with yourself. That was a joke, don't hurt me. Ireland, Norway, Slovenia, Spain, Ukraine, Germany, and Brussels. So there's like 100 some odd countries in the world, right? Some of those are island nations, so they probably won't need a fence anyway. But this has got to be 50 or 60 at least countries that have partial or full border walls. So I don't know what that means to me exactly, but it makes asking for a wall a little bit more common sense. I don't know too much about immigration, honestly, to tell you the truth. I don't know too much about, I've always focused on more of an international effort than I have ever focused on our home border security and homeland security here. But once I started digging into it, it's pretty important. I hate to sound like an arrogant, ignorant bastard, but you can't be too ignorant if you're trying to learn something. It seems like every country who's worth its weight in salt has either a partial or complete border wall. It has nothing to do with them being racist. It has everything with them to do with controlling their border for immigration purposes and for national defense. And every other one of these countries didn't have to ask their people for a wall. So that's kind of cool. I mean, when Egypt wanted a wall, they just put one up. Jordan wanted a wall, they just put one up. Belarus, Poland, even places in Europe, they had 12 PMs that they just asked, and they just passed it. And a lot of these walls are obviously way older than the United States themselves, or popped up after World War II. So I think it's extremely important for us to have a wall. I think it's very important for us, period, for it has nothing to do with politics. I think this is just, again, I'm not a political mind, but from a security standpoint, it just makes sense for us to have a 100% border wall, in my case, all the way from California to Florida. I think that would be a perfect idea. Because even in most parts of Canada, you have walls. So the Canadian border. And it just seems like a logical thing. Anyway, I don't really know what this video is about. I just thought that I'd share these. About a third of the countries in the world, I'd say, just off the top of my head, have partial or full border walls. It's not something absurd, and it's something that you look at these countries. I mean, half of these countries are European countries. So, and these other, like Lebanon, Jordan, Israel, the Vatican, Egypt, these are all places that are in very, very hot spots in the world that are relatively peaceful. If you've ever been to Israel, it's, I mean, one of the most safe places, and Jordan as well, in the Middle East that you can be. And it's partially because how much walls they put up, 100% around their country. And then other ones, like Croatia, Bulgaria, Poland, Slovenia, Austria. Of course, we know why they put one up. Turkey in the middle of East and West. I mean, Latvia, Spain, the Ukraine, the good thing. Germany, Brussels. So Germany, I thought they tore theirs down, huh? Maybe just a part of it. Maybe it was just the one that separated the East and the West, but they left the big ones out of it. But anyway, to me, I think it just makes sense to have some sort of wall or fence or something there to control our immigration. If not, it seems like it would just be a giant threat to national security, more so even than immigration. I mean, immigration's one thing. We're all sons and daughters of immigrants, so not everybody came over legally. Most of us are related to illegal immigrants, not legal immigrants. Not everybody went through Ellis Island. A lot of guys just went right past Ellis Island and landed somewhere in Jersey or landed somewhere southern and got off a boat through illegal means. But for national security, especially nowadays more than ever, we definitely need something down there to protect us. I'm not excusing, again, politicians. I don't think we need them. I don't think we need a federal government, in my opinion. I don't think that we need politicians by any means. I don't think that no man should have, even a small group of people, should have the power to dictate my life or your life or the lives of everybody else. So I think that's just a flawed mental state. But I personally do think that a third of these, or I know a third of the countries in the world have these borders, and we definitely should need them. I know some people feel like, oh, they'll keep us in, man. They'll keep us in, man. Well, that's a lot of N. In North America and America in itself, the United States is one of the largest countries in the world. And if they're really trying to keep you in, who cares? It's a really large country, an extremely, extremely large country. So with fresh water, a lot of the land is undeveloped, to tell you the truth. So it's not really too bad of a place to be kept in. If they start putting walls around cities, that's when you start raising your eyebrow and say, oh, hey guys, we don't need a wall. I've seen Escape from New York. I know what's going to happen. If they start putting a wall around Atlanta, yeah, they want to keep you in. But if they put a wall at the ground of I don't know how many square miles America is, but at the base of a butt-ton square mile country, then it's obviously not there to control us or to keep us in. And that's, again, just from a security standpoint. If I wanted to control people, I would start getting rid of mass transit, getting rid of personal transportation, or only having mass transit, getting rid of personal transportation. I'd start putting border walls around cities to control people, not one border to the south. So anyway, about a third of the countries in the world have them. I think that we should have them. I'm not sure if we need to spend $5 billion on it, but to tell you the truth, I don't really care what we got to spend on it. Look how much money we pay Congress. By the way, Congress is getting paid regardless of this government shutdown. Like, they're getting paid no matter what. But federal employees have furloughs, but they're still working. And then Congress gets to go home for Christmas break, but they still get paid because they're salary employees. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Anyway, God bless America, right? All right, well, aloha kako, guys. Thank you for stopping in. Ohiho, mahalo, and yeah, I'll probably see you guys a little later tonight. I'm going to go do some bow staff and probably edge weapons and crossbow training, or just kind of some bits on what to do and how you can get some weapons if you can't get a gun. Anyway, thank you guys for coming in. I'm going to go get Jupiter because he's going crazy on my line. Have a good one. Bye.